In the heart of Africa's vast savanna, survival is a daily struggle. Here, predators stalk their prey, and prey must remain vigilant to stay alive. But in this land of shifting power, the hunter does not always triumph. Sometimes, the hunter becomes the hunted. The savanna is home to an intricate web of life. Lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas dominate the food chain. Yet every predator faces rivals, and every hunter must fight to survive. The balance of power is never fixed. It shifts with opportunity, hunger, and circumstance. Hyenas and lions are eternal enemies. One thrives by hunting, the other by stealing. Tonight the lions feast, but their dominance is challenged. Outnumbered, even kings of the savanna can lose their crown. What begins as a hunt ends in desperation. Here the hunter's triumph is fleeting. Power belongs to those who can hold it. For the solitary leopard, stealth is survival. But on this unforgiving savanna, even masters of ambush face unexpected danger. A pack of wild dogs, the savanna's most efficient hunters, turns the predator into prey. In a flash, the hunter must flee, or be torn apart. The rivers of the savanna hide ancient hunters. Crocodiles wait with patience, turning the tables on the bold and the careless. Even lions are not safe. In this land, danger lies in plain sight, or beneath the water's surface. The Cape buffalo is called the Black Death. Alone it falls to lions. But united, the herd becomes a force of vengeance. Tonight, the hunters miscalculated. In the savanna, courage can become recklessness, and a hunt can turn into a desperate fight for survival. In this land, survival is never assured. Every life, hunter or hunted, balances on the edge of fate, a delicate dance with destiny. Power, strength, and speed can vanish in an instant, and when the dust settles, only those who endure remain. Under the vast, star-dusted canopy of the African night, a different kind of power awakens. The scavengers of the savanna are no mere opportunists. The spotted hyena's reputation belies a complex social intelligence and a formidable hunting prowess. Tonight, the moon bears witness to a calculated conquest. Their eerie, whooping calls echo across the plains, a sophisticated language of coordination. Each call communicates position, intent, and the vulnerability of their target. A clan of hyenas, working in numbers, can overwhelm even a predator as powerful as a lion, challenging the very apex of the food chain. Tonight, a wounded lioness stands alone. Separated from her pride, she bears the marks of a brutal struggle. Once a hunter of pride and power, a symbol of regal authority, her status is now fleeting. Wounded and isolated, the roles have been cruelly reversed. Now, she is prey. the clan begins its assault, a masterpiece of psychological warfare. They don't rush in. Instead, they employ a death-by-a-thousand-cuts strategy, dashing in, nipping at her heels and flanks. They test her defenses, forcing her to expend precious energy with every growl and desperate swipe, wearing down her will to fight. The tipping point is reached. The pain and exhaustion become too much. With her spirit finally broken, she makes the only choice left for survival. Acknowledging defeat, she relinquishes her prize and melts back into the shadows. It is a humiliating retreat, a silent admission that her reign for tonight is over. The hyenas descend upon their prize. Here, weakness is unforgiving, and power is a temporary lease. The balance of the Savanna has been restored, not by a king, but by the relentless, triumphant clan. The hunters that once commanded fear may one day flee in silence. In the unforgiving theatre of the African Savanna, the line between predator and prey is razor-thin. For a solitary hunter like the leopard, that line is defined by a single crucial asset: physical perfection. But when that perfection is shattered, the script is brutally rewritten. For a solitary predator, an injury is often a death sentence. This young male, once a phantom of muscle and grace, now drags a ruined hind leg. The wound, a deep festering gash, perhaps from the horns of a desperate antelope or the claws of a rival, has become a beacon for infection. Flies swarm, a grim testament to the decay setting in. He is no longer a hunter, he is a patient. The swift, silent stalk that defined his existence is now an impossible memory. Days bleed into one another under the relentless sun. The instinct to hunt still burns, a cruel fire in his belly. He watches distant herds, his mind mapping out an ambush his body can no longer execute. Each sunrise brings a deeper, more profound weakness. His once powerful frame is now a roadmap of bones, his coat losing its luster. Thirst becomes a constant torment, and every step is a monumental effort, a gamble with his dwindling reserves of energy. And he is not alone in his suffering. The Savanna's opportunists have taken notice. A pair of black-backed jackals, masters of patience, have become his shadow. They are not aggressive, not yet. They simply follow, a persistent, unnerving presence on the horizon. They read the signs, the faltering gait, the head held low, the growing intervals between rests. They are the living embodiment of nature's efficiency, waiting for the inevitable conclusion to this tragic story. As they test his resolve, creeping closer, a flicker of the old king ignites. A guttural snarl, torn from a chest hollowed by starvation, momentarily pushes them back. It is a ghost of his former power, a defiant roar against the dying of the light. But the effort costs him dearly. The fire in his eyes is quickly extinguished by overwhelming exhaustion. The snarl was a memory of strength, but the hunger gnawing at his insides is the brutal reality. He continues his final journey, a solitary figure against a vast, indifferent landscape. High above, vultures begin to circle, drawing lazy spirals in the thermal currents. They too are part of this ecosystem of life and death. In the wild, dignity does not guarantee survival. The mighty hunter may fall, not in a blaze of glory to a rival's claws, but to the silent, creeping victory of infection, thirst, and time. His end will not be a waste. It will be a transfer of energy, sustaining the very scavengers who now seal his fate. Not all struggles are fought with fang and claw. On the sun-scorched plains of the Savanna, the most formidable adversary is often the landscape itself. A relentless sun beats down, baking the earth into a mosaic of hardship. For weeks, there has been no rain, and the air itself feels thin and brittle. Every step is a negotiation with exhaustion, a test of will against the crushing weight of thirst. For the giants of the Savanna, survival is found in memory, endurance, and unity. These are the pillars that support this society of giants. Unity is their fortress. The herd moves as one body, a wall of wrinkled grey hide that shields the young and the weak. Calves, still clumsy and learning the ways of the world, are never more than a trunk's touch away from their mother or an auntie, a testament to their profound communal bonds. Endurance is the currency of this arid kingdom, spent with every deliberate mile-eating stride. but it is memory that is their most precious heirloom. Locked within the mind of the matriarch is a map of this vast territory, etched by experience and passed down from her own mother. She carries the weight of their collective survival. The matriarch leads her herd to water remembered across generations, an oasis that means life or death. But they are not the only ones desperate for relief. The waterhole, a magnet for all life, has drawn the attention of the local lion pride. They watch from the acacia scrub, their golden eyes fixed on the approaching giants. Thirst makes them bold, but instinct cautions them. A confrontation would be costly for both sides. The matriarch senses their presence. She halts the herd, a silent command rippling through the ranks. There will be no negotiation. Raising her massive head, she unleashes a deafening trumpet blast, a sound that is not a plea but a declaration. It is the sound of undisputed authority, a warning that this ground belongs to her family. The message is received. The lions, masters of this domain, yield without a fight. They understand the language of power, and the matriarch speaks it fluently. One by one, they melt back into the shadows, acknowledging a greater claim. With the threat averted, the elephants finally reach the water's edge. The tension of the long journey dissolves into quiet relief. They are more than just survivors. They are ecosystem engineers, their presence deepening the pool for countless smaller creatures. The elephants stand apart, guardians of knowledge, keepers of endurance. Yet even they are bound to the same law. Drought, poaching, and time will one day test their resilience to its very limit. The savanna is reborn with each storm. Herds return, predators regain their strength. Scavengers wait for their moment. It is a rhythm unbroken for millennia, and within this eternal cycle, the truth endures. Every hunter will one day face its turn, for in this world, the hunter always becomes the hunted. As the sun sets over the endless savanna, the silhouettes of life, predators, prey, scavengers stand united in nature's eternal dance. If you've been captivated by these untold stories, don't miss the next adventure. Subscribe for more wild stories like this video, and share it with friends who crave the thrill of the wild. Together, let's keep exploring the wonders of nature, one story at a time. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more wild savanna stories like this video, and share it with your friends to spread the wonder of nature.